Hi, so I finished filming that video I just filmed about the trees around here and so forth. And I just remembered something, so I turned around and came right back. That's the apple tree there. Here are some of the funny bendy trees. Just so. And hey, looks like my camera's acting up. I just had to force stop it. This is a birch tree that was here and was dead for some time. It was a dead birch tree. You know, they rot out. And I was actually just down there when it fell. So I came, I walked down the path. Let me see how far I think I got. Sort of try and hold the camera still. So I think I got down to just this flat area here. Flat-ish, flatter, right about here. And I heard crack, boom. And it came down. I could see it, I guess, still moving. And that was a funny coincidence, you know, it was a rotten old tree, big, thick, old rotten tree leaning over, and it was good to go any time, I guess. But it was funny that I was right here. And then crack. And I turn around and blammo. And yeah, so there's a kind of a network of paths in here. The one where I heard the strange sound was off down in that direction. Down is kind of a bottom of a little valley down there, and woods down there, and off around there are paths. And I was walking some of those paths off in that direction as well recently. I feel like I haven't been going down there so much this year. Well, it's not a feeling, I'm sure I haven't been. And I noticed a lot of trees also fallen down or kind of broken down over the path down there. I get it's a forest, and there are trees and branches and things falling all the time. But it seems like a lot of them seem to fall over the paths too, sometimes, seems to me. You know, maybe I'm overthinking. So now I'm recording. I'll tell a couple more curious stories. About maybe 2 months ago, I went out into the woods behind the house. These are the woods in front of the house, so to speak. And oh, you know, there's some cool rocks. Let me show you the cool rock as well. That's nice. Of course, there are all kinds of good rocks around here. But the story was, I went out into the woods with my dogs to do some woods work. I wanted to get some lumber. And sometimes my dogs will get excited about something and all run off together. And that is what they did this time. One of them went off and then started barking, like calling the others. And so they all ran off. And then, let me tell you, my heart sank, because I heard the sound of a child crying. Ah! Like that. And so that made me imagine all my dogs having cornered a child in the woods. And so I started shouting for them, "Come back, dogs, come back! Hello, is there anyone there? Sorry about my dogs." All this kind of thing. And I was walking in the direction of the sounds, and I heard that cry again. I think I heard it twice more. And it was exactly the same. I don't know who did this. I don't know whether that was Jim, and I don't think it was me. But this is, you know, someone's been in here with a saw. So yeah, I'm hearing this child crying, or what sounded like a child crying, but it was exactly the same sound. Ah! Like usually a human child wouldn't do that, right? But it really did sound like a human child going, wah! Right? And anyway, then my dogs turned up again. They came back. And they were very breathless and kind of sheepish looking. And then they stuck close to me after that, for the rest of that kind of session. And they looked like they, you know, really had been really hyped up by something. So I thought maybe a baby deer. I looked in, you know, what sounds like a human child in the woods crying? Because I don't think it was a human child, because what would a human child sounded like? A 6 or 7 year old, you know, or something, or a 5-year-old. What would they be doing out in the woods by themselves? You know, and only just crying 3 times exactly the same noise. So I listened to a recording of a baby deer, and I'm like, yeah, that does kind of sound human child-like. But not like what I heard. I actually went back there later by myself and wandered around and tried to see what I could see. And it's funny because it's a kind of a off into an area that's right next to an area of woods where I hang out all the time. But I found that I could be 20 feet away from my camp and have no idea where I am. And found a feather one time, stuck in the ground, out back of the house, on the path into the woods. You know, stuck into the ground, not like something that the wind does. My wife found a plastic spider there the other day, same place. Made in China, big plastic spider,